before you click away here. So he started. Where's the game? He started. Oh, that was too fast. He started e4. I played the Sicilian, which is what I always play in tournaments. He played classic open Sicilian. I played the hyper accelerated. I used to play knight knight c3 instead. Excuse me, knight c6. But that allows bishop. Just to create a new variation. That allows bishop to b5, which is the Rosalimo variation, which isn't amazingly fantastic in and of itself, but it's a very annoying line to have to learn. So instead I played g6, which allows white some other chances, like after d4, c takes d. He could take with the queen, but that's not really that scary. So he took with the knight. I was actually hoping he would take with the queen because I'd been studying that line right before the tournament, and I actually hadn't studied this in a few months, embarrassingly. But I managed to do okay anyway. So knight c6, bishop e3, defending the knight, bishop g7. Could also play knight f6 first. Knight c3, knight f6. Now here, this is all book moves. Now here he goes astray a little bit. He plays f3. Now f3 is a line of the dragon. Basically, it's preparing g4, h4, g5, or h5. Big pawn storm coming on the king side after black castles king side, which he almost invariably does. But that's a line typically against the regular dragon, where this knight is back on b8. And this pawn is on d6, which is a totally different game. Now that black's knight's already developed, he can exchange knights if he wants to at any time. He could bring the knight here. He could play d5 in one go. And this is the reason I play it, because many players, even my opponent here was rated 1664. So many players, even of high strength, even I've seen a 1900 player played this wrong. So yeah, f3 is an inaccuracy, although I wouldn't call it a blunder. One thing I've learned with this variation, you always want a castle before getting too crazy. It's just safer. He played queen d2, which is following his plan to trade off the fianchettoed bishop and then start some kind of pawn storm. Oh, and he's going to castle queenside. The white player almost always castles queenside in this variation. But here I played d5, so I'm busting up his center. It's going to make pawn storm ideas really difficult for him, and he starts to go astray at this point. Probably castle queenside is best with equality for white at best, but he plays knight takes knight, and play b takes c, and now his pawns looks like, okay, white's got better pawn structure, but if white castles queenside, which he does next move, I'm going to have the open b file. Usually in the dragon, white attacks black's king side before black attacks white's queen side, but in this line I'm going to get the attack first. So I started with queen a5. He played king b1, which getting his king to safety, and he's threatening something, or he thinks he's threatening something with this move. But I'm just going to plonk my rook right down on the same file as his king, and here he thinks he's going to win 2 pawns. And I actually didn't see this line at first. I kind of refuted it after I saw it. At first I'm like, uh-oh. But I thought, man, this just couldn't be right. With the attack I got, it just couldn't be right. He plays knight takes pawn. Now the point is, if I can't play knight takes knight, because he'll play queen takes queen. Although actually, I didn't see this in the game, but after knight takes knight, queen takes queen, queen takes queen, I have knight takes e3 for it says. Oh yeah, I guess I've got a lot of stuff going on here, or I could even play knight check. But yeah, I guess knight takes e3 is better. Now I'm threatening all sorts of nasty stuff. But that wasn't what I played. I played an even better move. And now if queen takes queen, just to show you another line, if queen takes queen, knight takes pawn, king over here, and either rook or bishop takes back. It's not really a big deal, probably bishop. Now I'm down 2 pawns, and you know, there's just not enough competition for it. So he thinks he's going to win 2 pawns, but actually he walked away from the board at this point, and when he came back he was greeted with the rook in his face like this, and you know, he was just caught. You know, he just did not see this coming. And actually the best move here is actually to take it and you know, just suffer the loss of the queen. You know, the queen's gonna fall, and actually Fritz says the best is block with the queen, and then I take it, and he takes, doesn't really matter. But anyway, I'm up a queen for a rook at this point. Well, actually a queen for a rook and a minor piece, but I've just got a dominating position. His king's all out there, so understandably he didn't want to go in for all that. So he moved his king to c1, and I took here. I thought for a while about between this and this, but this just seems like it had to be better, and Fritz agrees with me that it's better, so that's what I played. And he just went in for a check just to win a pawn back, and now I played queen d3. And here I had to think, I'm like, uh-oh, well technically material is even, so I gotta mate this guy or win lots of material. Otherwise, like I thought, if rook check, he's gonna move his king here and get away. If queen check, same thing, he's gonna move his king and get away. I didn't see anything sacrificial with stuff like this, and then I saw it, bishop a6, and white's now totally busted. The point is, if the queen takes, rook takes pawn, mate, queen comes up here, rook up here, mate, or queen up here, mate. If queen here, which wasn't played, actually I didn't even see the actually have a mate. I was thinking just knight takes and win the queen, but according to Fritz there's a mate. King d2, knight e4 check, f takes e4, bishop takes c3, king takes c3, queen a1, and king d2, oops, king d2, oh yeah, and rook takes d1. Yeah, I did not see all that over the board, but I knew that I knew if he did that he was losing at least the queen. So actually here he just took the bishop, and I made it. He was just kind of shell shocked at this point. I felt bad for the kid. Basically took $800 for him from him by beating him, but you know, he'll probably never forget how to play that variation again, or what not to do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video.